Kia ora. Welcome back. Okay, now we're on to the last part of the practice assessment, which is asking you to find the coordinates in terms of A, B, and C of the point of intersection of the diagonals. All right, so that point of intersection, that is going to be where the two diagonals meet. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the equations of each of the diagonals. And the point where they meet, that's going to be the point that both equations are equal to each other. So we've got our points A, B, C, and D. We're going to be using the point-slope equation of the line. We know that the equation of line AC, that diagonal, if we use y minus y1 is m times x minus x1, using the gradient from the previous problem, we know the gradient of AC was C over A plus B, and with point A, since that point is on the line, we get the equation of line AC to be y equals C over A plus B times x. Now you might want to think about this x to make it a little easier, to make that as being an x over 1. That's going to make the simplification to this part seem a little bit more straightforward, but we'll get to that in a second. Now the BD, from the last video lesson, the last part, BD, we found out the gradient of segment BD was C over B minus A. So we will use either point, B or D, doesn't matter which, they're both on the same line. I'm going to choose B, and we'll do y minus y1 or y minus 0 equals the gradient times x minus x1. Well, the value is a of the x1. That's why we have x minus a here. And if you want to think of that as being over 1, it may make it seem a bit more sensible. So now what we're going to say is, because we're looking for the point where those two lines intersect, we want to see where does this y equal this y. So that's where I start. Where does y equal y? This y is my C over A plus B times x. C over A plus B times x. Well, when is that equal to this y, which is the C over B minus A times x minus a? And again, I might put that over 1 to make the multiplying be a bit more sensible. So, C times x, there's my Cx. The quantity A plus B times 1, that's just the quantity A plus B. Now that's going to be equal to C times the quantity x minus a, C times x, Cx. C times negative A, C, remember the letters would go alphabetically. And B minus A times 1, that gives me my B minus A. So now we want to solve this, we want x to become the subject. First thing we'll do is we'll cross multiply to get rid of the brackets. That means that my Cx is going to be times by the B minus A, and my A plus B, that'll be times by Cx minus AC. So keep in mind, we're going to have one more lesson. I've got to just get us a fresh whiteboard. So keep that in mind, have it written down, and we're ready to go for the next one. I'll be right back.